Okay, and we'll just settle into the breath. Indigo ray spectrums filter through the fields, restoring light body, building light, connecting in through architecture, and just allow the rays of indigo water, plasma, light to move down through the vertical pillar and into your being. White diamond star expands and opens through the central core, spinning in clockwise rotation across the horizontal plane, anchoring electrical currents. Allowing light to build. Charging the body, charging the architecture. We want to go ahead and just allow the body to become nice and light. Illumination of platinum to pink through the skies. Emanation of the sun. And bringing in this platinum light from the sun to immerse into the structure, into the field, geometric sequencing, illuminating, updating toroidal field and the tree of life. Earth elemental fairy domain. Okay, just starting to see and see and allow the earth elemental fairy domain to really pull in a lot of this light and charge to the fairy consciousness and aspect of the self. And through the sacred breath, pulling in blue light, stabilizes the fairy, Yasaramana Asyakura, lifting out all confusion, all lack of awareness, ya na otiapura, ashanokuya kerene, ni trishnis ni almanamna yotura na kia krene, na atiedara na ashanakura ma otopohiatura. Breath of life, and just start seeing this aspect regain life force. Okay. And raise up. And in doing so, we begin then to see fireworks of green, orange, yellow expand through the field. And as the domain becomes more vibrant, the geometric grid templating and allowing the architecture of this domain to correct, resurrect, and charge. Lifting out heavy, thick black smoke from the field. Black, sticky, tar-like goo from within the land. And roses in abundance. Bloom on the trees and on the shrubbery. Moving out all decay from the earth elemental body and the emotional body, bioorganism, blue plasma raindrops fall into the field. Nourishing the land. Holding focus on the imagery. Lifting out fear. And within the pure secretion of blue plasma water coming in, we begin to see the lift of judgment. Symbol code of the horned goat, dark horned goat, black horned goat, Yataramana Ashiapura. Releasing its ties from the domain. releasing anger, Nayadaramanashi Suokura. Okay, and we ask here, where is this connected into in the physical form or your own individual structure? And the first thing I'm kind of picking up on is within the biorhythms, within the lightness of the heart. Left side body, unlocking at the back of the heart, all across the head, across the scalp, temple to temple, hips through the spine to the cranium. I think it's also important here just to ask, why are we seeing these kind of goat heads, these dark imagery within the fairy domain, within the fairy kingdom here? And it feels almost like a kind of level of infiltration, but this would be Atia Mas Maokura. Not so much as a literal, but more as a metaphoric Yama Otia no Iakura of service to self. So let's isolate out that energy (2D field), 2D, 4D field, Nayudaramana Ashiokura, and just re-engage with what is your light, what is the light of the service to self. And we're just going to separate out and bring in the source consciousness into both sides. And create a bridge from the heart to connect to the other heart. sending in love to reverberate. Nayodor mana ashia kora. Insectoid races stepping forwards. Crystal iridescent fire extending from heart to heart. Solar plexus, back of the heart, unlocking. Multi-layered crystal star, a symbol. Creating spins. And reverberating through the races. Undulating. Frequency shift, diamasam okura. Modulation synthesis, yadana yakura. Pain at the back of the neck, throbbing through the ears. Unlocking at the crown, unlocking 7, 8, 9. But in between 7 and 8 is most prominent here, Yadarana Okchokura. Black flower of life. Start releasing off the sticky black of the black flower of life. Glandular issues, and the lymphatic system is inflamed here. I'm seeing a lot of yellow tones coming in as resolution. Build the yellow, build the amber. As we begin to kind of unlock this black flower of life, and we want to start separating out the thick black layers. Where capstones have been placed upon the flower with the black tar to limit the growth and the development of the individual. Illuminate with silver and blue sapphire. Expanding awareness as the containment of the flower prevented the awareness levels within this the 6th, 7th to 8th layers. We then want to unlock and decompress the memories. Release, revoke, rescind oaths, vows, and agreements, keeping it locked in perpetuity. Never to look at it, never to experience it, never to relive it. I want to really break this down. Orange fire. It actually feels almost as if it's a capstone to sentience. It's a limitation of the sentience to actually block feeling. But the question we want to ask is, why is it there in the first place? I'm hearing that it's part of the hijack from negative sides, but coming in from a different dimensional resonance. These in particular, a kind of dark mantis race or a dark insectoid race, or a bit of both actually. Na'atia dara mashma so yokora. And I also feel as well within this now, as I'm journeying through it, this also has links to Hyperborea. There's a background of Hyperborea consciousness there. Okay, which is then extending into lockdown and kind of planetary quarantine, I suppose. Yeah, would be a way to call it. It's also related to a lot of kind of technologies, connect the Atlantean pylon network. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but that's what I've just heard. So what we want to do here is just unlock the consciousness, unlock the essence. And feeling the earth shake. Deep heart pain. Holding focus. Okay, the next thing that's kind of coming up within this history is a kind of like a Viking invasion. Okay, and then behind that, I'm seeing it going into a more darker race within that infiltration, within that kind of movement. Unlock and seal. Mayudoramana Ashiapura. Viking invasion. Yadaramana Akiakura. Okay. And a lot of these previous technologies, what I'm seeing here, it's a way to manipulate the body. It's a way to kind of manipulate consciousness. It is, in a way, AI. It is AI, but it's also machinery as well. It's technology. And we just want to start bringing in light through these timelines, particularly through the Atlantean pylon technology, and then expand it through there. And removing the cogs and gears from your own field. Copper, cogs, and gears, where your system had become inorganic or fused inorganic to organic, connecting into these pylon networks. Okay, and then we're just going to scan the biofield as well here. Okay. Okay, this is hard to explain, but we'll go for it as we can. The biofield scan and the bioorganism then presented as layers of exaggeration within memory, exaggeration within trauma. So this I feel to be artificial imprints. Or really like false imprints of experience that is dialing up a traumatic response within the body when it's not actually as there as the experience actually was or could have been. So let's just start separating this out and dissolve. We also want to unlock the seal systems. Held through the layers of the body, that's impinging the consciousness, impinging the memory or the imprints within the layers of the body. And go ahead and violet flame. And dissolve. Washing white, iridescent, white to pink, white with a pink glow, sine waves of light moving in as water across the horizontal perspective, in through the layers of the body, and it's acting almost as a cooling off to heat. Purifying and neutralizing the fear and heightened emotional instability, particularly that which has been locked up. Blue dragon. Pale blue dragon. Immersing with softness. Presenting as your connection through the individualized perspective, but also cosmic. So it goes through each layer of matrix field. And this is actually kind of now showing me these imprints are layered from the different dimensional fields that then play out within your own reality. Okay. Iridescent anchor. Anchoring the awareness. And bringing the fragmented aspects back into alignment to flash through center, flash through the vertical pillar. Multi-dimensional alignment. Releasing distrust, releasing confusion, and just allowing the faith to guide. Okay. And as this clicks into place, I'm then seeing all of these hexagons that are varying from scales to green tones, dirty yellow tones, all click out of place and move through the pillar. And as it moves through the pillar, they begin to disintegrate into white light and opening as a swan and a peacock, a white peacock. Purity. Amplifying graces. Yeah, okay. The next thing I'm seeing coming in over this as well is quite a disturbing seal, which is still like an iron exterior with a kind of sigil upon it in silver, and then a dark red background. So I'm just going to tune into this because I don't really like that. Doesn't feel good. It's more of a tag than a seal, actually. Good branding. Okay, so this is relative to a kind of being controlled and being manipulated. It's branding of livestock almost. It's being kind of imprinted as someone's property, or attempting to kind of do that. It's kind of segregating certain aspects and being pulled into different directions, which is, I feel, is kind of I feel like it's kind of dark Anunnaki, but I also think there's something else behind it as well. So let's unbind. Golden ray. blue ray. Okay, lift out the tentacles. And then the squid-like kind of entities that are kind of coming from behind the tag Yadana Mashmiya Sookora. I want to rebuke all of these now in the name of Christ. I'm getting pain coming through the throat here. Yadana Manai Shiakora. Deep heart. Fallen Caduceus. Unlock release. Yatamashia Sookora. Where is this coming from, please? Yamasmo Yofora na ahia krene neshmias na okora na ahi. Bringing in white purity light, shattering the grey caduceus, yasna okura. Deep heart pain, yamasma ahian. Central nervous system hijacking yasma kiakura. Yeah, this is connected to the Enki hybrid, Siama Siakura Nahian. I thought it wasn't 100% sure, but now I am. Yeah, small Kora Daya Dareneya Daremneshmi Smiatora. Re-engage with source consciousness, ya small Kiakoda Atia Daranashni, ya Sama Diano Ayin. And just changing the perspectives where one is kind of locked within limitation of the mind, limitation of focus. We want to just break through that with the source consciousness, allow it all just to dissolve. And it's almost blocking the ability to kind of look in different angles, different layers. So to bring that divine source light through, it begins to spin, creating dodecahedron geometry. And decompressing all of the energy. Held tightly through the binding, the branding, and the magic. Violet flames move through the white, dissolve the structure. Body's getting looser. separating out your energy from the system and just pulling it back, releasing, revoking, rescinding any and all as agreements, contracts, and covenants with this race, Yasma Okiokora, in which you are powering up and charging up their fields, your Maotia, their structure, your Okiokunaya. Okay, we're coming to the eyes and the crown of the head here, physical eyes, crown of the head, and just allowing the energy to filter through, any backlog just to filter through, taking no ownership of it, and just feeling the eyes become a little bit more painful, a little bit more pressurized. But as they become more pressurized along with the crown, it dissipates as we connect into the heart with the breath, allowing all the scary imagery just to pass through and break down, holding no attachment to it, holding no fear with it. And just dissolving all of the imprints, dissolving all of the templates, allowing the emotions to filter through, taking no ownership of them, because they're not yours to take. Pulling back the essence. And we're going to update through all of your fields. We're going to update through your localized grids. We're going to update through all architecture, just holding focus for a moment as we just cleanse with white light, update through toroidal field, and update the blueprint. Sealing out from that structure, hermetic seal, from the race, Yasma Yadora. And then maybe a fair bit of integration after this one, just needing to kind of be patient with yourself and allow the heaviness to kind of pass through, because it feels kind of stiff at the moment, but it will kind of get there. Okay, thank you, everybody. Update through all fields, update through all localized grids, seal forward now through all levels or layers of light, through all bodies and through the breath of the divine I am. Thank you. Lots of love. Rest easy.